What is going on then, everybody? I hope you're all doing very well. Welcome to another video here on our channel. I am the FIFA Analyst, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to stop the dreaded counter-attacks on FIFA 21. They're really strong at the minute. They're really difficult to deal with. I'm hoping this video can help you guys out. If you do enjoy it, you get to the end of the video and you think, you know what, that helped, please do give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We're closing in on 100,000 subscribers, which is mental. So I appreciate all of your guys' support. So counter-attacks on FIFA 21, as I said, very difficult to deal with. There's a few methods that we can look at in how we can hopefully avoid conceding goals from them, and hopefully this guy will help you. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through and dissect a lot of scenarios and what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing, so then you've got an idea to take it away and put it into practice. A reminder to maybe jot some of these down and keep the notes there. So you can see here we've managed to box the opponent in. You can see where his man is, and you can see he's facing the corner flag. This is one area where you may say you could actually be aggressive. The best time to put pressure on the opponent is when you've just lost the ball, because they're concentrating on defending. When they win the ball back, they're not concentrating on the counter attack. They need to look and see what they've got. So we try to press there. Unfortunately, we don't win the ball back. Now, let's relax. Let's not panic. Think about the situation. You can either go and press the ball holder here if you're feeling confident enough that you're not going to give up the space in behind. If you back yourself as a defender, you can do this. However, a lot of people may get this wrong. So you may want to hold your ground and wait and let the opponent decide what's going to happen. We do go and step in with Van Dijk. Tackle was a little bit hit and miss, but we managed to win the ball back. What I see a lot of people doing is they immediately, in these 1-2 scenarios, when they're getting hit on the counter, they pick their defenders and they go and dive in. They drag them out of their defensive line, and then go and say to the opponent, here you are, here's the gap, attack the gap, and you'll get forward. Just relax and stay calm. When I lose the ball, my first initial instinct for the next 2-3 seconds is to try and press the ball. You can see here, we lose it, the guy plays the ball straight up to the striker. I am thinking, is he going to lay the ball off to his other striker, or is he going to try and turn and look for that 1-2? What are we going to see here? If he lays the ball off for the 1-2, I'm going to backtrack towards my goal. If he takes a touch towards his goal, or maybe even downwards, I'm then going to try and put the pressure on. You can see he turns and opens up and gives us the opportunity to step in. If he would have turned the way he was facing and went upwards, I wouldn't have stepped in there. I would have been too cautious of that 1-2. You have to think about and see these little movements. If the ball's there to be won and they've got no pass on, that's where you then step in and do it. If not, keep your man goal side and stay with the attacker. What a lot of people do is they give the opponent what they should be doing. You make the decision for them. You can see here, I've just lost the ball. I'm being a bit aggressive with the left back. You may not want to do this. You may want to keep the right back and the left back goal side, but no need to panic. You can see here, he's got a man running through. My guys are running back. They're trying to get back. Blanc's tracking the run. Look at this freeze frame. The ball behind, he can't play it. There's too many men there. Once he's then done that, he comes back inside. We then switch to the other guy, and then we put the pressure on. He's managed to find his way through. Don't panic. Just hold L2. If you haven't seen our defending video that we put out last week, I'd recommend watching that. We will have an in-depth defending guide coming soon with regards to player switching, when you should jockey, when you should sprint jockey, and all of that good stuff. But definitely on the edge of the box, if they do get past, your defensive line and they get into your box on the edge of the box, just hold the jockey button. You don't need to panic. You don't need to do anything. You can see here, I've lost the ball. I'm trying to pressure my centre mids. I'm probably being a bit too aggressive here. Laurent Blanc is now out of position. I should here, in my opinion, stick with a Blanc and bring the Blanc up to the Neymar instead of getting done with Van Dijk. But no need to panic, right? He's now got 3 men against 3 men. You can see he's facing upwards towards the, the right-hand side of the pitch. That means this pass here to the other man isn't on. He can't play that pass. So now we know he's either going to try and get past me and attack the goal, or he's going to lay it off to the man at the top of the screen. So this is where we have to think about it. We're going to hold the L2, the LT, the jockey button, and we're going to go forward. And if he shows the ball to us, we're going to step in. If he keeps the ball away from us, we're going to stay goal side. It's all about what the opponent does and you reacting to that. I see too many people try and take their own initiative into defending. That's what you can do when you are at the highest level of FIFA and you know this would work here, this wouldn't work here. Don't panic in this sort of scenario. You can see he's got a 1-2. So what do? We keep tracking back, holding the L2, waiting to see if that pass is on. Once we've closed the passing lane, we then go and put the pressure on the ball holder using a slide tackle, which can work really well. You can see here with right stick switched from the midfield, he's driving forward. I need to track that run, keep an eye on that run. I've already switched to it. A lot of other things with counter-attacking is thinking about the next pass for the opponent. Put yourself in their shoes. What would you do if you were in the attacking shoes? And when you think about that, you start to be a little bit more logical with it. They've broke through here. You can see he's got through my defensive line. He's now inside the box. Don't panic. Hold the L2 button, stay goal side. See what happens. Where's the ball going? Is he going to do a fancy skill move? Is he going to keep running? Just keep going towards your goal. And then when the ball's there to be won, you step in and win. I would say the biggest thing with regards to counter-attacks is being able to right stick switch to your defenders and see the run early. If you spot the through ball early, you get a head start on the attacker. And if they do get through, it is about just staying calm and not telling the opponent, here's the gap, go for it, and just keeping yourself goal side. It sounds simple, and you still will get caught out on counters. You can see here, the opponent blows the ball out from the goalkeeper. When's the best time to win the ball back after you've just lost it? He's made a bad decision. He just rolled it out, not thinking about what's going on. He plays the ball into Concede. I've got a good press on here. I've got a lot of men. I've boxed him in. He should be going to the right back. Instead, what I'm going to do is think, go and press the Concede, get ready for him to play the ball out to the wing, and then I'm going to go and pressure the guy on the wing. He doesn't. He takes a heavy touch. Pogba manages to step in with a little bit of AI help and wins us the ball back. So if you take those tips into account straight away, you should immediately stop conceding as many goals on the counter-attack. Now, it will still happen because it is still very strong on FIFA 21. However, with those tips right there straight away, you should immediately see an impact. It's one thing that's definitely helped me watching back on the gameplay, which is something that I always recommend, keeping an eye on it. One thing that I noticed here is that the right back and left back, this year, they step up more than what they did last year. I don't know why. These guys want to stay back while attacking here, which I would highly recommend. They step up a lot more. You can see where they are. They're tucked in quite a lot up the opposition's into the opposition's half, actually, and they shouldn't be there, which then means that your centre-backs are going to get very much isolated. I switched the centre-back to try and track the run, but you can see where the guys are. They're nowhere there, nowhere near. He does a very good cross and pops the ball into the back of the net. I have found, as we look into another one, you can see out on the left-hand side, I get caught in two minds here. Go to the ball holder, track the run. I'd probably recommend with your fullbacks, tracking the run first, and then as they go offside, then going and putting the pressure on the ball holder. If you do want to put the pressure on the ball holder, you need to do it in a way where you are covering the lane as you press. So if the passing lane is like here, and you're here, it's about arcing your run to cover that passing lane and doing it. You can see he gradually moves the ball over and gets a very, very good goal. So yeah, that's kind of the main thing that we want to be looking at as well. You know, a lot of this will stem from your left back and right back stepping up into position and you not knowing what to do. When they do step out of position, use your centre mids to drag them back manually. The comment sections will be flooded with, this is all well and great, but my centre mids seem to be nowhere near my defensive line. How do I do that? Bring them back yourself. Literally, this year compared to last year, I drag my centre mids back and pull them back into position probably for an extra second than what I would have done last year. So say if they're running through and the defensive line is there, switch to your centre mid, drag them over for the next second, half a second, and then switch to your left back if the ball's out on the left-hand side or with your centre-backs as well. And you should find that you do have a lot of success with that and you stop conceding as many goals. Patience is key, knowing when to be aggressive when you've covered the passing lanes and when you know the ball's there to be won. If they're not facing you, you can't win the ball when the ball is not, it's not in front of you. If it's been covered by a guy, you can't win the ball. So don't panic. Tackle button. Stay away from the tackle button a lot this year, apart from when you're doing a power tackle, which is where you hold R1 and circle, or RB and B. They work really well, but that'll be coming in a separate video, so keep an eye out for that on when you should be doing that and when you shouldn't. No need to use the sprint jockey as much this year. Just a normal jockey should help. If someone's running at full speed down the line, though, then yes, you want to use the sprint to make sure you're keeping up with that pace. The other thing to take into account is tactics. If you're running 8 depth, you are going to get caught out on the counter-attack. It's just common sense. Your defensive line is higher. Your defenders aren't the quickest guys. If they're up against an Mbappe and you've got Rudiger, you're not going to be in for a fun time. Think about your tactics. If you're running 8 depth, you might want to lower that. 3 depth is where I've kind of settled on so far this year and finding it okay. You could run higher. I ran 5, but I just found it was too aggressive and was getting caught out on the counter-attack, especially with the pressure on heavy touch. So you guys have a little think of that, have a little play around, have a look at your tactics and make sure that you are happy with it. And that is going to be it for the video. Hope that's explained everything. Any questions you've got, pop them down below in the comment section. If you did enjoy the video, please do give it a big thumbs up, and a subscription is greatly appreciated. I've been getting a lot of questions recently with regards to the FIFA coaching. If you are interested in booking a FIFA 21 coaching session, a link will be in the description for that. We are taking bookings for November in advance because I'm using October to obviously learn the game. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next video.